Hello everybody, I'm Storm here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. In the last episode, we have headed to the region of Kurthus in search of Sid Garland's airship, the Enterprise. And so we've come here, trying to see if, what do they call themselves? The first dicasterial observatorium of ethereal and astrological phenomenon will allow us to search their records to see if they have any record of the airship entering this area during the calamity. So, that's what we're trying to do. We need to kind of prove ourselves by helping out the Ishgardians to see if they will let us access the records. So that's what we've been working on. We finally kind of caught up as far as level with our quests. So, we've been working on side quests, because we haven't done that in a little while. We're at level 38, level 37 side quests, so we're going to work on that. We actually have one more. Collect skin and meat from caracoles. And then we have the search for this missing knight, which is over there. That's the main storyline. I'm not going to quite work on that just yet. Alright, so White Brim is level 40. We're not quite there at the moment. So, let's go ahead and continue working on these side quests, at least the ones that we've been working on, plus the ones in Camp Dragonhead here. And then we will proceed on with the main story. Alright, so we need these ornery caracoles. Alright. So let's get to work. Harvesting skin and meat. We need 6 of them. So, 3 more. There's one. Yeah, there's a fate going on over there. Don't necessarily want to get all wrapped up in. But it does look like there are other players in there. What's going on? Something strange is happening there. Oh, yeah, someone is actually working on this, so I guess I'll just hop in. Can't hurt to... Well, something's Very strange here. Alright, so I got silver on that one. That's not terrible. Alright, and that is 6 of 6. Deliver supplies to the sentries. Alright, so we got 4 of those sentries we need to deliver supplies to. One of those crocs decided to attack us, but I'm not going to worry about it. Get rid of that aura. Alright. Martiale? Martiale? What do they expect us to do with such paltry... Forgive me, I speak out of turn. You have done your duty, and a great service it is to us, for we are short of men. It is the enemy that weighs on me, snow rather than fire. All right. To Roland. Thank you kindly, Ayame. We are without the men we need to lay in extra supplies. So thin we are stretched by the terrors of this winter. Adventurers such as yourselves were sent by Halone herself. Would that the commanders saw the truth of it. And here's Perillo. Here's some meat and skin. Like Sylvain Tell, to entrust as important a task as this to an adventurer, you, at least, can be trusted to complete the work you are given. But still, I thank you for the delivery. You may go. Very curt, that one. Oh, and this one's on top of this bunker. I thank you for these. 'Tis miserable work dressing so many beasts in a cold such as this. Whether this meat were for a feast to celebrate a victory. I hear the unbelievers grow bold, hampered as we are by the snow. I pray that we are not defeated by cold and hunger ere we can meet the dragons in battle. Alright. Now we need to report back till Sylvaintel. Over there. Let to know that the meat and skin have been delivered as requested. Alright, there he is. My gratitude, adventurer. The rocks upon which Ishgard is built are less stalwart than we could ever have thought. 5 years ago. Oh, I thought 5 years ago. There has never been such a time as this. The shadows gather with alacrity, and we must make whatever preparations we can. Boar skin ring bands, not useful. I'll take the silver pieces. And now we need to deliver the silvery ring to Theobalin, and we're going to tell him that his son died on patrol against dragons, not killed by wild animals. I believe it was a croc. Alright, there is Theobalin. You seek Theobalin, I am he. A ring? Talk sense, adventurer. This is my wife's naming ring, which I took off her cold finger so many years ago. I gave it to our son after his swearing of the sword. You need not look so beetle-browed, adventurer. I know what this means. My son is dead. My line is ended. Yes, I know what this means. There was a patrol out of Skyfire Locks last night that was killed to the last man. Was he one of them? Ah, then he died well. For her they brought down 2 dragons before the fire came for them. In every generation of my family, at least one son has died in the Crusade. I scarce remember my father, who fell manning the ballista at the locks, and I am the last of 3 brothers. I had 4 sons and a daughter. 2 of the boys did not live to see their first name day, and my wife died in childbirth with a 3rd. Sickness took my daughter along with her babes. Yet our honor is intact, for my son gave his life to the cause. Would that he had known more days, fought more battles ere he fell. That is my only regret. Thank you for the message. You lack no courage to make your way to Carthus in these troubled times. Well, that guy's had it rough. Okay, so let's go ahead and start picking up these side quests here in Camp Dragonhead. So, Yujinwa? Boarskin breeches, Boarskin subligar, and silver pieces. We'll be going for the silver pieces. I have on a good authority that dragons have once again been spotted around the Steel Vigil. Yet it would not serve to send knights to the area, considering the entirely disgraceful hurly-burly over Lord Francel. Will you investigate the Steel Vigil in our stead? Okay. Alright, there are 2 quest givers in here. I guess they must be upstairs. Meduil. The Charlayans say there is no greater generals than old women with naught to lose. And Meduil's steely gaze says she means to send you to war. Alright. I had a son once, a fine boy. Maybe if he'd lived, he would have found a fine girl like you, and I'd be dandling a grandchild on my knee. But he wandered into the ogre's belly in a blizzard, and one of the beasts in there killed him. I'm neither a knight nor a maid, but I tell you my heart cries out for vengeance, nay, justice. Even after all these years, I won't go to my grave knowing that that creature will blight another life as it did mine. Take all that I have left, but slay the Gorgotar. Here, this is a bottle of Caracul blood. Pour it out and the scent will draw the creature. It doesn't care what kind of blood it is, you see. Once it senses prey, you'll be ready, won't you? Alright then. Looks like my chocobo has decided to call it quits for now, but that's alright. Julene? Only Ishgard would have an actual Valley of Death, conveniently located nearby. A lady nobly born seeks adventure to walk in its shadow. Mithril Elmo. Boarskin Pot Helm. We'll be taking the silver pieces. You know a gourd called Witch Drop, sharp as claws and hard as steel. It is where those suspected of heresy are judged by the Inquisition. The guilty would fly to escape death, using the power granted them by the Dravanians, and the temple archers would put an arrow through their black hearts. The innocent would break upon the gorge floor, their purity proven. Their souls would ascend to Holone's halls, and there await their loved ones. The one I loved was judged at Witch Drop. He went to his death with a rosary upon him. I carved the crystals myself. I had only made 4 before he was taken. I think that mayhap the beads lie forgotten on the floor of that gorge. They say you have keen eyes, closed lips, and a kind heart. Will you find the rosary for my heart sucker? I do not expect all 4 beads, but please, good adventure, as many as you can. The convenient methods of testing witches, or, in this case, Dravanians. If they live, they're guilty, and therefore you kill them. If they die, they're innocent. Alright, Edwin. What have you got for me? When a merchant is wroth, there is usually coin to be made in solving a problem. And Edwin is looking very wroth indeed. Hey you, no time for niceties, I'm waiting on Ceruleum. That Uldon cut-purse what calls himself a trader is late with his shipment. Ceruleum burns like an alewife in winter, and there's no going without it to make the fire sand for ballistas. Curse that Singot. What does he think we're fighting for here? We're fighting here. Ladybugs? You look like you'd enjoy a spot of heat. Find out where my Ceruleum order is. Go to Sintgot and, you know, lean on him a little. Question him like. I tell ya, those Uldons. Keen on being paid, not keen on doing their work. Can't trust them, especially that lot on the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Oh, I have to go all the way to Alda for that? Where's my juice is the name of the quest. Nice. Alright, so where exactly are we headed for most of these? North and east, it would appear. Burn before reading. Investigate the Steel Vigil. Alright. Alright, well let's go mount up and ride. Let's head for that one. Worm-eaten almanac. And that purple circle means one thing. Oh, well, let's take care of this guy first. Oh, I need my chocobo. Alright, so let's see what we get attacked by. Dragonfly. Okay. Berserk. Alright, let's grab this worm-eaten almanac. Alright, Steel Vigil investigated. Alright, next we're gonna head over here to do a Fool in His Life or Soon Parted. Which is we need to spill the Caracol blood on the bait spot and slay the Gorgotar. Avoid these wolves. Alright, well, looks like we're going to have to fight our way in. Berserk. Alright, that guy's down, but it did get us poisoned. Taurus. Let's see if we can avoid as much combat as possible. Up. Couldn't get by that one. Get out of that. Alright, there's the bait spot. You may have to fight past one more Taurus. Just go ahead and get it out of the way so it doesn't cause us trouble while we're fighting what we actually came here for. These things are level 39. Alright, the Knight's effects. Let's use the Caracol blood. And there is Gorgotar. Out of that. Alright, there we are. That's down, and let's mount up. And now we head to the bottom of Witch Drop Gorge. And we're just gonna ride past these guys. Even if they attack. Oh, it actually dumped us out in the gorge. That's convenient. Oh, we dropped right next to one. Alright, so I'm guessing we're checking these snow mounds for the 6 beads. This guy out of the way. A skeleton soldier. Unpleasant surprise. No match for me. There we go. Another skeleton. Alright, we need to search 3 more of these. Alright, found a crystal bead. Another crystal bead. And one more skeleton. Wrong button there. There we go. Alright, so those are all done. Except we do need to head over to Ul'dah. I guess we can teleport over there for just a second. Okay. Oh, actually, we can just use the Ethernet to head to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, which is where the person we need to talk to is. They are. So now we need to use the doubt emote. From Edwin and Kurthus. Oh dear. My friend, may I call you that? Oh, well then, Ayame, there is a problem with the ceruleum, and if you think Edwin is vexed, you have no idea how difficult this is for me. Really. Caught between a rock and a tight place, a middleman will always produce a pot of grease. Find out what Sintgott has in mind, alright. Angry about the ceruleum order being late, is he? Friend, pardon me, Ayame. I understand his situation, I really do, and I would ship the stuff to him if I had any. The fact is, it's been a mighty struggle for many moons to procure processed ceruleum from Amagina and Sons, and now they've entirely ceased doing business with most vendors. It's a hard life being the middleman, my dear lady. We pray for the sins of producers much like Amagina, and what do we get from them in turn? Not so much as how do you do. Edwin's quarrel is with them, not me. Do you not know? The concern has the exclusive right to mine ceruleum in northern Thanalan. They can do whatever they want. You can always try them directly. Go talk to Papa Wazoo at Camp Blue Fog. But I warn you, he's a smug little toad. Alright, that's kind of taking me in a direction I don't necessarily want to head just yet. That's an entirely new zone. So, yeah, we're gonna kind of put that one on hold for the moment. Let's head back to Camp Dragonhead for now. 500 gil. Alright. We got a nice pile of gil now. Alright, let's turn these quests in. Let's start with Eugenois. You have some dark news. It is writ large upon your aspect. Come, speak. I found this worm-eaten almanac at the Steel Vigil. This tome, it is notorious, forbidden by the Holy See, of course, and a frequent trophy in the Inquisitor's raids on unbelievers. If you found this in the Steel Vigil, it can only mean that the unbelievers infest the ruins. They must have been taken by the Dravanians to keep watch and thwart any attempts to rebuild the Vigil. Traitorous to their blood. I would that they had but one black heart. My sword would pierce its rotten core and forever rid us of their kind. Oh, that's the wrong way. Alright, we will let Meduil know that we killed the beast. Thank the Fury you're safe. I thought my revenge had been the death of you. Would you say it's the monsters that's dead? Thank you, kind girl. And I brought the Mithril Rosary. And would you look at that? You found his rosary. As bright as a day, his father put it around his neck. They say Mithril never loses its luster. Not like life, eh? Fall to a dragon, go to heaven. Fall to aught else, who gives to hells? That's the Ishgard way. He was a scout, and a good one, I'm told, but he died a fool's death, and fools deserve no justice. They found him, and left his things where they lay, left him where he lay, his own comrades. But you didn't, did you? You picked this up and brought it to me. A good heart, a noble soul, to keep your promise and do a kind thing unbidden. You're the justice I sought, adventurer, and now I may live out my days in peace. Alright, and here's Julene. I found those beads. Adventurer, did you find what my heart seeks? I found 3 of them. There they are. How strange to see them again after all that has passed. Thank you for finding so many. I thought mayhap that there would be one missing. Metiganiant has it, I believe, and so this rosary binds us together. Was he an unbeliever? His faith was not the conflagration that other men set to the house of their heart. Yet I do not know, and never shall. I sought to mislay all memory of him, but he was my great friend as well as my betrothed. A lady of Ishgard does not deny a friend, even if the ways of the world would have us deny our own fathers and husbands. And so I shall never forget Metiganiant. There we go. Alright. Elegant silver piece. 8 of them. Alright. Okay, so that cleans up pretty much everything here at Dragonhead, and I'm not heading out to Camp Blue Fog for the time being. That's an entirely new can of worms. We're going to be heading there as part of the main story quest on our own, and I'll go ahead and turn that in once we get there. Oh, I just noticed the quest name, Hold for Customer Support. Alright, heading back south, see if we can search for the missing knight. Alright, it should be somewhere over here. Oh, we've got a purple ring, which means we're going to be fighting something. Keeled overnight. What is a assaulter? Don't know who these guys are, but I'm gonna kill them. There we go. Alright, let's how about the killed overnight. If it wasn't for you, miss, I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable dragon-loving bastards. Death with a mercy they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this region. Fare thee well, friend. As you can tell, the Ishgardians are no friends of dragons and dragonkind. Didn't quite get past that wolf, but it's alright. We'll just drive it into the camp, and it should break off. Alright. Le devoir. What say you? I must say, I didn't actually expect you to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, miss. We are a proud people, beholden to tradition, but that does not mean we are without humility. I shall instruct the astrologians to entertain your request. However, I understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may peruse their records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Edmel. Alright then. Let's see, where are we headed? Up here. Good. Alright, Edmel. Ah, the lady come in search of the airship. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could le devoir be thinking? It is true that we maintain meticulous records, which stretch back generations. However, because this information is used to chart Dravanian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist with your inquiries, pray seek an audience with Chief Astrologian Furlmore above. Alright, let me just clear that aura because it annoys me sometimes. Climb all the way to the top of this tower. Alright. Actually, I don't think we've gotten all the way to the top. There's Furlmore? Probably. No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling what it is you ask? Where records have fallen into the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between Southern nations. Ours is a holy crusade. We are the arbiters of Halone's will. We will not put our great nation at risk, certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship of all things. Oh, this is Guillaume, probably. Pardon the intrusion, Furlmore, something like that. I wish to speak to you regarding the recent... Oh, I did not realize you had a guest. Inquisitor Guillaume, you honor us with your presence, sir. The lady was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Durander's knight from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I am told you seek an airship last seen in Kurthus 5 years ago, yes? You come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I would also strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Kurthus. One moment you feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark whilst traveling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course. I was not aware you aided a House Durander in that fashion. Thank you, madam. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. Oh, well, let's see what you have to say, Eorzea. Eorzea is attempting to attract your attention. Okay. You there, madam. I could not help but overhear a conversation with the Chief Astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require that you perform for me a favor in exchange. An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of Ixal in that vicinity. If you would seek out this astrologian and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. Ah, very well. I can do this. And we're going to take the quick way down. Alright, but I think we're probably at the end of this episode here. So, we will continue on with the storyline, see if we can't track down this missing astrologian, and maybe find another way to access the records we need to track down the Enterprise. We'll work on that next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.